Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Okay, so last lecture we have seen few examples of relationship between distance, velocity, and acceleration, and we have solved the examples where acceleration itself acceleration itself was changing. That is, acceleration was not constant. Okay, so similar examples which are applicable to the practical situation. Okay, we are going to solve. So we will solve first the example number 4. Okay, let us take example 3 afterwards. Okay, so I give you 5 minutes. You read it very carefully. Try to formulate an equation, okay, for the given situation, and then we will solve the problem together after that. So after 5 minutes, we will start it solving together. Meanwhile, you can try it. You can read the problem carefully. Meanwhile, you can put down your attendance in chat box, writing your division, roll number, and name. Okay, so let us try to solve it together. Okay, if you can start with the solution, you are allowed to go ahead and solve it. So see, reading the statement, a car is moving with a velocity of 72 kilometer per hour. Okay, so you note down this value, it is the given data. After seeing a child on the road, brakes are applied. Okay, and vehicle is stopped in a distance of 15 meter. So when you know that the brakes are not suddenly applied, like vehicle is not suddenly stopped as soon as you apply the brake and vehicle will come to an halt. It is not possible. Some time or some distance will be there which the vehicle will travel after application of the brake. So that distance is given how much? That is uh, 15 meter. Okay. If the retardation, retardation is nothing but the negative acceleration produced is proportional to the distance from the point where brakes are applied. Okay. So value of this retardation, see, is proportional, means this retardation is changing, acceleration is changing with the distance of vehicle from the point of application of brake. Means you can say it is a case of variable acceleration. Okay, the formulae which we have learned in case of variable acceleration will be applicable here. Okay, so what is the situation? See here that a vehicle is there. It is the vehicle. It is passing on the road. Okay, now say brakes are applied at this point. So vehicle will stop after covering a distance of 15 meter. This distance S is equal to 15 meter. So vehicle will stop here. At this point, the vehicle will stop and its acceleration, see acceleration, in this case it is negative acceleration. That's why we are calling it retardation. Okay, is directly proportional to the distance of vehicle from the point of application of brake. Means from where you are measuring the distance S, from this point onward you are measuring the distance S. As S is increasing, the retardation will also increase. That is rate of change of velocity. Okay, more fast the vehicle will stop towards the point O. And what is the maximum value of S? In this case, the maximum value of S is given to be 15 meter because the vehicle is stopping at a distance of 15 meter. It is the maximum value. And here the value of S when brakes are applied is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. So this you can say s is equal to 0, s is equal to 15 meter are the boundary conditions, you can say. Okay, initially distance is 0. It is not the distance traveled by the vehicle so far, no, it is the distance traveled by the vehicle after application of brake, after application of brake. Okay, so with this much information, we have been asked to find the expression for retardation, that is acceleration is equal to what, and it is also given that acceleration is directly proportional to the distance of vehicle from the point of application of brake. Okay, now here one more thing, we know that it is a negative acceleration. Okay, that is retardation, that's why we can add here minus sign. Acceleration is directly proportional to distance minus a. Why minus sign is given? Because whatever value of a you will get will be negative. And what is the meaning of negative? Means it is a retardation, that velocity is decreasing, not increasing. So that's why I have added the minus sign here. Okay, so in order to remove the sign of proportionality, I, I will introduce a constant, say k, where k is the constant of proportionality. Okay, now with given information, I have to find out the value of k. Value of k. Okay, now see what information is given. We will write it down first. That initial velocity, what I will call it as initial velocity, how much it was, 72 kilometer per hour. So as you can see that other quantities like distance is given in meter. The distance is given in meter, and here you can see the unit of the velocity is kilometer per hour. So in order to maintain the homogeneity of the equation, you must convert unit of velocity into meter per second. Okay, so that we will do first. So I will write it down. Given velocity is how much, 72 kmph, kilometer per hour. Now I want to convert it. Okay, I will write down that kilometer per hour. Now I want to convert it into meter per second. So how I convert it?
5 by 18.
5 by 18.
5 by 18.
Correct. So that is the factor you multiply 5 by 18. It is the velocity, meter per second. Okay, and this is the velocity when time is equal to 0 or s is equal to 0, you can say. If you have to write down the initial condition, how will you write it? Initial condition, that say I want to write a pair, that what is my velocity when and at what distance. This is the pair. So I will write down that my velocity is, कितना आंसर आता है इसका, 72 into 5 by 18.
20.
20
meter per second.
Correct. It is 20 meter per second. Correct. So I can write down this condition that my velocity is 20 meter per second when distance is 0. When distance of the car is 0. It is one pair which I may use to find out the constants, like constant of integration is there, constant of proportionality is there. So this condition will be helpful to me. Okay, it is one condition. Or in another way, if you want to write it down, then you can write it like this, that velocity of the vehicle, okay, when distance is 0, when s is equal to 0, was 20 meter per second. This is also a way of writing it down. Okay, now we will concentrate on this thing, that we have to find out the value of k here. We will also see if any other information is given to us. When brakes are applied, the vehicle is stopped in a distance of 15 meter. So it is also one boundary condition, you can say, one condition, that when distance is 15 meter, the vehicle is stopped means its velocity is 0. So this is one more condition we have. So I will write it down here, that the another pair of velocity and distance, it is another condition, that velocity is 0 when distance covered is 15. Okay, now let's get back to the equation, that is acceleration is equal to minus ks. Okay, so what I am dealing here, I am not dealing with time, because here the conditions are given in terms of distance and velocity. So instead of writing the time definition of acceleration, which is dv upon dt, I will see the another definition of acceleration, which is in terms of velocity and distance. So in terms of velocity and distance, the acceleration formula comes out to be velocity times the rate of change of velocity with distance. We have seen acceleration can also be written like this. We adjusted the ds with the help of chain rule, if you remember. So this
Yes,
is
sir.
yes, this is equal to minus ks. Okay, here we can do the variable separation. ds we can take here, so it will become, the equation will become like this, v dv equal to minus ks ds. Okay, we got this differential equation in variable separation form. Now you can easily integrate it. Okay, so if you do the integration here, integration here, then the integration of velocity will be v square upon 2 is equal to minus times the k s square upon 2, right, plus the constant c. Okay, this constant cc, here there are two unknowns. K is another unknown which we need to find, which is our ultimate goal, to find out the value of k, so that we can give an expression for retardation as asked in the numerical. Okay, but here another constant is there, c. So in order to calculate uh, these two constants, we will need two equations, right? Two equations will be needed, and these two equations we can get from these two conditions. यहाँ पे देखो, it is our first condition. This is our first condition, and this is our second condition. So first, we will put here the value of velocity. Suppose when you put 20, at that time distance was 0. So value of c you can find. Okay. And if you use the another condition, when your velocity was 0 and distance was 15, then you will get the value of k, which is our aim to find out. After finding the k, you can put here in acceleration and give the required answer. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So solve this problem and tell me what value of k you are getting.
Sir, your voice can't be heard.
Yeah.
Sir, voice coming.
Yes. So, any answer for constant k?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Minus
What?
1.7.
1.78.
minus 1 point.
Minus 1.77.
Minus 1.78.
Correct. Minus 1.78. So, finally, you can add one statement in your answer that hence expression for the retardation of the vehicle is, then you can write a is equal to, is it coming minus 1.78 or 1.78?
Sir, 1.78, sir.
1.78.
1.78.
Correct. Yes, that was I was thinking. Okay, so it is plus sign 1.78. So your answer is retardation is equal to minus the 1.78 times the distance of the vehicle from the point of application of brakes. This is the expression for it.
सर डाउट है वो एस के बदले क्या लेना था वो नहीं समझे.
S is the distance. Where?
Yes. No, in the equation v square by 2 is equal to that.
Here. Correct?
Yeah.
So for this equation, okay, we have these two sets of condition, velocity and distance. So when your velocity was 72 kilometer per hour, 20 meter per second, right? At that time, you just applied the brake. Okay, so distance traveled was 0. यहाँ पे डिस्टेंस कितना था? यहाँ पे आपने इस पॉइंट पे आपने ब्रेक अप्लाई किया. ओके, so at this point your distance was 0 because as soon as you apply the brake, vehicle will not halt instantly. Even after application of brakes, it will travel some distance. Okay, so when s is equal to 0, the velocity is 20 meter per second here. This is one set of condition. Second set of condition between velocity and distance is when the vehicle will travel the distance 15 meter here, it will stop here. It will stop means its velocity has become 0. So at s is equal to 15, at s is equal to 15, velocity is 0. So if you use these two conditions, you can find the value of k and value of constant. दोनों आप फाइंड आउट कर सकते हो. पहले आप डिस्टेंस 0 वाला यहाँ पे यूज करो, तो c इक्वल टू वी स्क्वायर बाय 2 आ जाएगा यहाँ पे. तो c का वैल्यू क्या मिलेगा आपको? v मीन्स 20 स्क्वायर अपॉन 2, 400 अपॉन 2 मीन्स c का वैल्यू आपको मिलेगा 2. You will get here the value of c as 200. And after that you apply the second equation. So put value of v as 0 in this equation. इसमें v का वैल्यू कितना रखना है? 0, s का वैल्यू 15 और कांस्टेंट का वैल्यू अभी आपने फाइंड आउट किया कितना है? 200. So you will put 200 here. So then that equation will give you the value of k. So plus 1.78. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next thing to note down is that suppose if you start with this expression like this, okay, that you start with that my acceleration or retardation is directly proportional to the distance s. If you start from here like this, so here minus sign will not come, and the value of k finally you will get minus 1.78. Got it? Your final expression will not change. Okay, so this plus and minus signs are just conventions to show the any quantity in two opposite direction. For example, if you consider a coordinate system, okay, so you take on one side plus values plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, and to show the quantity in other direction. Okay, so minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, like this. These are plus and minus are just sign conventions which we assume for our own convenience. Okay, what will happen if I give the plus sign on the left side and minus sign on the right side? It will not affect at all. It will not affect my final answer. Thing is that the plus signs are being used on the right side universally and minus on the left side. So that's why we are following in that way. Okay, so just the point to highlight. Next problem on similar lines we will see. Okay, this is the problem. Try to find out, try to understand what is to be found in this problem and which are boundary conditions given. Boundary conditions means what? Like the value of any parameter, that my velocity is equal to this when time is equal to this. This is one boundary condition, you can say. Similarly, this boundary condition could be another parameter, like distance is this when time is this. So accordingly, we have to arrange all the information in order to uh, get a solution out of it. Okay, so this is the next problem in front of you. You first read it, understand it in 5 minutes, then we will see how it can be solved. Okay. Please do not forget to mark your attendance in chat box. If any doubt is there, you can always interrupt the discussion at suitable point. Okay, so you can start the solution if you have understood the problem. So I'm reading the problem for you. A particle starts with an initial velocity of 8 meter per second. So it is the beginning of motion. As you can see, it is starting with an initial velocity. So you can write one boundary condition here, okay, in terms of time. So I will write it down that velocity and second parameter is time. So what it says that velocity is 8 meter per second when time is 0. It is one boundary condition I can specify and moves along a straight line. Its acceleration at any time t after start is given by the expression. So this is the expression of acceleration which is given to us. It has two constants, lambda and mu or nu. What is it called? Nu or mu? Mu, I think. Yes, guys.
Sir, mu.
Mu, correct. Mu it is called as. So this is the expression of acceleration which is available to us, where lambda and mu are constant. Determine the equation for displacement. Okay, means you are at acceleration and you have to find out what? You have to find out the displacement ka formula. What is the formula for displacement? Okay, means you have to integrate this acceleration by putting the value of velocity in terms of velocity, like acceleration is dv by dt, rate of change of velocity. Then you will integrate that, you will find out the expression for velocity, and after finding the expression for velocity, you will again put the value of velocity as ds by dt, and then you will get the expression for displacement. But while doing this 2 times integration, you will come across constants, constant c1, c2, and already there are 2 constants in this formula, acceleration ka formula, lambda and mu. So along the way you have to find the values of integration constants as well as the constants which are given in this equation of acceleration, lambda and mu, with the help of the boundary conditions which are given to you. Okay, so which are the other boundary condition? Determine the equation for displacement if the particle covers a distance of 40 meter in 5 seconds. So it is another boundary condition, that is distance covered s and time. So distance covered is given as 40. S is equal to 40 when t equal to 5. It is another boundary condition, and it covers a distance of 40 meter in 5 seconds and stops. So after 5 seconds it stops, means velocity is 0. After 5 seconds velocity is 0. So we come to know another boundary condition, that velocity and time, right? So when say time, when time is 5 seconds, velocity is 0. Like this we can put. And one more condition we can put in terms of distance covered and time. That what is the distance covered when time was 0? Initially when motion is beginning, means time is 0. At that time, what is the distance covered?
0.
0, correct? It is another boundary condition. It is another boundary condition. Please check your mic. So all these are the boundary conditions. So when you will be solving these equations, like acceleration is equal to, okay, acceleration is equal to dv by dt. Okay, dv by dt is equal to lambda minus mu t. Then what you will do? You will do the variable separation by taking this dt on this side. After that, you will integrate. So when you will integrate, you will come across the constant of integration. Those constant and this constant lambda and mu you can find using these equations. These are the boundary conditions, you can say. Okay, so these are the 4 conditions which I identified from the given problem. Now it is just a matter of integration using the relations of velocity and displacement, and then later on you can go to find out the expression for this uh, displacement, which is our expected answer. Okay, so if you see, if you take dt here on this side and integrate it, my equation will come as velocity is equal to lambda times t minus mu t square upon 2, okay, plus constant. This is the equation of velocity I will get. This is the expression for velocity which I will get. Okay, say it is constant 1, because later on I have to find out the displacement s. So velocity ka formula is what? Velocity formula is nothing but rate of change of displacement. Okay, ds upon dt. So this equation will come lambda t minus mu t square upon 2, okay, plus c1. So if you want to find out the expression for displacement s, again you have to separate the variables, take the integration, okay, you will find the expression for displacement also. S is equal to lambda t square upon 2 minus mu t cube upon 6 plus c1 t plus c2. So you will see, okay, I will write down the whole equation first. Mu t cube upon 6 plus c1 t plus c2. So these equations I am getting for velocity and displacement. Say it is equation 2. Okay. So now you have to smartly use these boundary conditions and find out the values of all the constants, lambda, mu, c1 and c2, and put all these values in the expression of displacement s. That will be your final answer, because we have to find out an final expression for the displacement s. Okay, so you proceed forward. If you get the answer, you tell me, otherwise I will ask the answer from you in the next lecture before proceeding forward. You proceed forward. Any doubt, if anyone is having, you can ask.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, his equation is S is equal to 40 t square minus 8 3 cube plus 200.
4t. Okay, we will check it. It's 8t. See, the formula comes as minus 0.32 t क्यूब. टी क्यूब का एक्सप्रेशन तो है यहाँ पे, ये है. तो म्यू अपॉन 6 जो है, म्यू अपॉन 6 वो कितना आ रहा है यहाँ पे? 0.32 आ रहा है. म्यू का वैल्यू देखो 1.92 आ रहा है. आप चेक करो, 1.92 आता है म्यू का वैल्यू. Okay, so you solve it in more details, in more piece.
sir.
Then we will see the answer in next lecture. Meanwhile, you can ask any doubt. I am here only. Do not forget to put your attendance in chat box.
Sir,
Yes.
C1 value comes 8 and C2 comes 0, right?
C1 8 and C2 0. Okay. Yes, C1 is 0. देखो C1 0. अब इसने C का, हाँ, फर्स्ट वैल्यू 8 आता है. C1 8 आता है.
C2 0.
C2 0. करेक्ट. राइट.
Oops.
Correct.
So can we leave?
Yes, you can leave.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Sir,
Yes,
can you show the solution of previous example?
previous example. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, will you share the notes?
Yes, yes, I will share.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Welcome. So I'm stopping here meeting.
Thank you, sir. Bye.